separating the lies from the fake, and I'm gonna keep it real, dog, and set the tone for how this thing finna go. Now, I'm here to tell you there's multiple doctors that have spoken about Caitlin Clark injury and pretty much how the front office and the Indiana Fever training staff and medical staff kind of dropped the ball on this injury, bro. You just don't see stuff like this happening in the NBA, NFL. Somebody come back from injury 2-3 games and they hurt again. This type of
breaking news. A medical insider just dropped a bombshell, and what they are saying about Caitlin Clark's groin injury is flat-out alarming. Forget the usual ice-it-and-move-on routine. This is red flag territory. Like, caution tape around the court levels of serious. Could this explain why she's been moving like someone stepped on a Lego barefoot? Are we looking at a rookie season that's about to get cut short by something way scarier than we realized? Buckle in, because this update could force the WNBA to grab an MRI machine and rethink everything.
Caitlin Clark, WNBA superstar, just returned from a left quad strain. We said be closer to a month. We said definitely longer than the 2 weeks the team initially said. Closer to 3 weeks. Congratulations, she made it back early. But now comes another injury on top of the left quad strain. It's a left groin strain in the last few seconds of the game on Tuesday, 2 days ago. They're saying it's day-to-day. Groin strains, especially for basketball players, are rarely day-to-day.
First, it was the eye poke. Now it's a groin shot. What's next? JC Sheldon pulling up in brass knuckles and steel-toe sneakers. At this point, it feels less like a basketball rivalry and more like a WWE audition tape disguised as a college highlight reel. One accident. Okay, maybe. 2 straight hits targeting Clark? That's not coincidence. That's a trend.
Stephanie White, I just did a video on that. If you guys haven't seen it, pretty much say Caitlin Clark is going to look at going to the doctors, pretty much insinuating that she's going to get her own doctors, bro. And that's the right thing for Caitlin to do, because at this point, Indiana Fever cannot be trusted. I keep telling y'all, it's looking spooky and Indy, bro. And New York looking a hell of a lot better than me, bro. Because I can see sunshine in the air, the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, my goodness. Sabrina raining threes. Caitlin raining threes. Breanna Stewart getting mega rebounds. It's a match made in...
And not the fun kind of trend, like polka dots or Y2K jeans. No, this looks more like a chalk outline on the hardwood. Sheldon went at Caitlin like she unlocked some kind of secret boss battle. We're talking straight-up Mortal Kombat vibes. Finish her energy, only without the video game controller. That groin shot wasn't just a foul. It was the kind of thing you'd expect to see on a security report, not a box score.
And it looked like Caitlin Clark looked like she got a little hurt towards the end there. Is there any update on her injury?
No update. No, just felt a little something in her groin, so we'll get it evaluated and see what happens from there.
Yeah, just kind of to follow up on that, looked like she was kind of grabbing at her right groin area. Is that the concern?
Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at, I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I mean, that's it.
Clark didn't just flinch. She folded like a cartoon character hit with an anvil. This wasn't oops, my bad physical play. This was, call security, call HR, call someone. And it was obvious. No disguise. No accidental trip. No clumsy footwork. The camera caught every angle. Knee, groin, target locked. It was so deliberate you'd think it was choreographed. That wasn't basketball. That was the opening chapter of a villain origin story.
Medical expert has spoken about this Caitlin Clark injury, bro. So it looks like here he said Caitlin Clark appears to have re-aggravated her right adductor groin strain. The tricky part about the groin strains is they are slow healing tissue, easy to re-injure, and constantly requires for anything involving the...
And let's not forget, Sheldon already went for Clark's eye before this, like she was running a DIY vision test mid-game. That wasn't defense, that was a 3-finger eye exam with bad intentions. Now she's moved south of the border, and suddenly it feels like her defensive strategy is just attack Caitlin one organ at a time. At what point do we stop calling it tough defense and start calling it demolition? Because Clark sure didn't sign up for a one-woman wrecking crew. The WNBA should have already shut this down. Locker cleaned, badge deactivated. Thank you for your service. But nope. Sheldon keeps clocking in like nothing happened.
Aggravated or re-aggravated an issue she was dealing with in the preseason. She had a minor quad strain in the preseason that was well managed. It was a little bit of tightness in the thigh, hard to elevate, hard to push off. Now here's the issue. She was cleared to play just before the start of the season, but then re-aggravated. And here's the problem with a quad strain. It is a slight tear, but a lot of inflammation can develop around this small tear. And when a pocket of fluid develops around a small tear, then the thigh muscle in general can just shut down. So you have to be very, very conservative with treatment. So this is the right move, to shut it down at minimum for 2 weeks, complete rest, and really control the inflammation that can set around that tear. So she's looking at...
Fans aren't buying it. They saw the hit. They've replayed it, slowed it down, memed it to death. Social media is dragging the league harder than Clark's shooting average drags defenders. And the verdict is clear. This isn't hustle, it's a hit job. Clark's not just sore. She's hobbling from one ice bath to the next like she's on an NFL injury list. If this was football, she'd already be labeled questionable and put under 24-hour surveillance. The bigger question, should she sit out the rest of the season? Not because she can't hoop, but because she physically might not survive Sheldon's kamikaze defense. Wrap her in bubble wrap, send her to a spa in Switzerland, whatever it takes. Because if this continues, who's next? The mascot? The ball girl with an elbow twitch?
Good outcome if she returned in a week to 2 weeks. Day-to-day does not seem realistic, especially on top of the left quad and now left groin injury. They are related, maybe not directly, but compensation, they are related. Congratulations on the quick return last time. It's the expectation the fever may be a little more cautious this time. It's going to be longer than day-to-day. Hopefully a short-term, 1 or 2 week short-term absence would be the best case scenario. But
this is not sustainable. If the WNBA keeps letting this slide, they are basically inviting chaos. Women's basketball isn't supposed to look like Survivor, WNBA edition. The groin shot wasn't just dirty, it crossed every line imaginable. Athletic, ethical, anatomical. Sheldon's not just stacking up fouls, she's stacking up a rap sheet. And here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's the player. She's the face on billboards, the reason arenas are sold out, the reason TV ratings are spiking. You don't let your franchise superstar get turned into target practice. You protect her like she's the Hope Diamond in sneakers.
Caitlin Clark did get injured again in her right groin this time. The previous groin injury was her left groin, and it is not looking good because groins are an injury that do take quite a while to actually...
Well, shit. We have some really disappointing WNBA injury update. Caitlin Clark is officially ruled out for all events of the All-Star Weekend. She did say, don't worry, she's still going to be at Gamebridge. She's still going to be around. She's still going to be making her appearances, signing for the fans, everything she can do to make this a great event. But unfortunately, that groin is still bothering her, and it's the right groin now. We saw her get injured the other.
What does this say to the next generation of talent? Join the league. You'll get cheap-shotted, poked in the eye, and kneed in the stomach, but hey, enjoy the spotlight. That's not inspiration. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And why is Sheldon still suiting up like nothing happened? If someone pulled that kind of stunt in any other job, security would have walked them out the building. But in the WNBA, it's treated like a gray area. Newsflash, a knee to the groin isn't gray. It's neon red. Sheldon is officially a hazard. If players had warning labels, hers would read, may cause injury if left unsupervised.
Officials know what they're calling and what they're not. They know what to look for and what not. Caitlin Clark is a really big deal. And I wonder if they're not calling fouls on her on purpose. Now, I'm not saying that's why she got hurt. I mean, I'm not saying that. But I wonder, just watching these games, are they not calling fouls where she gets hit on purpose because the backlash and what could happen, the optics of, Caitlin Clark getting all these foul calls, getting superstar foul calls, what that would do to the WNBA conversation and attention to the game.
That's not sportsmanship. That's sabotage. And if the league ignores it, they are not just failing Caitlin, they are basically approving this kind of violence. Fine her. Suspend her. Or better yet, let her take that energy to an MMA octagon. where at least it's part of the rules. Because right now, Caitlyn's not just injured, she's being damaged. Injuries heal. Damage lingers. And the way this is going, she's one bad screen away from a full system reboot. The refs, meanwhile, are just standing there swallowing their whistles like it's halftime karaoke.
I mean, look, we got a rotation now, y'all. I will like to see Caitlin Clark when she's healthy, because it's clear she's not healthy. Her aggravating the groin, that lets it be known she's not ready. She's not healthy. That explains the 1 of 28 from 3 or 1 of 40, 1 of 4,000 from 3 or whatever she was. She's hurt, man. She's playing injured. It explains the shot being off. And I don't know. I don't think she should play tomorrow. I don't think she should participate in any of these all-star festivities. She's clearly not healthy. She's in tears on the bench, man. So we need to pray that she can get back.
And here's the real kicker. Why isn't Caitlyn being protected with world-class care? We're talking about the most valuable rookie in women's basketball, and her support system looks like a college training room with ice packs. Where are the top-tier specialists? Where's the performance team to keep her body bulletproof? Legends in the NBA survived because they invested in health first. Clark's getting cheap-shotted while trying to rehab in real time. That's not resilience. That's reckless. She's trying to heal while dodging elbows and knees. You can't rehab when you're being hunted.
Clark, because I actually had that injury 2006, and listen, I was heavily taped around my thigh, around my glute, just trying to make sure there was enough pressure to hold that groin. And the hard part is that the groin is sort of an area that you can't just touch and go, oh, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice and heat and rest. Well, Caitlin Clark, she can't find a lot of rest right now because she's mid-season. But I think that injury is really tough because it lingers. No matter how much medicine you take, you can feel fine. You get back out there, one move, one change of direction, and boom, you're right back feeling.
It's like trying to fix a broken arm while people are still swinging bats at you. And the refs? Don't even get me started. Their silence says it all. Go ahead, take your best shot. No whistle needed. Every non-call is a permission slip. And Caitlyn's expected to keep carrying the league while her body is taped together like a science project. This isn't just bad officiating, it's league malpractice. The WNBA is gambling its biggest star's future just to let the game play out.
Who hasn't missed a game in 8 years going back to her high school career, so she's not used to being in this position where she has to watch her teammates play while she's on the sidelines, on the bench. Now, based on all your expertise and quad injuries that you've witnessed over the years, what is the timeline for her to recover from this injury?
Well, it looks like a reactivation of the initial injury she had in preseason, which was also minor. So 2 weeks is the right time frame to really shut her down.
Let's be real. The record-breaking ratings weren't because of great refereeing. They were because Caitlin Clark was pulling up from the logo and making the impossible look routine. Now she's limping through games, bruised and battered, while the league shrugs it off like growing pains. It's not. It's sabotage, whether intentional or systemic. And if the WNBA doesn't step in immediately, they are not just risking her rookie year. They are risking her entire career. Because once you let your brightest star get damaged in plain sight, you don't get to act surprised when the light goes out.